Hey, this is Christina with Kidding Around Greenville, and we are at Safe Kids Upstate today. This is Bridget, and she is a program coordinator. And we're going to talk to you guys about how to keep safe during the holidays because there is so much stuff that your kids can get into that's like really bad. So, but first, we have a $10 gift card right here to Starbucks, and every comment will be an entry. And then if we get a certain number of comments, we're going to add another gift card. So we're going to be asking you guys questions. You can ask questions, and then we'll answer them, and then hopefully somebody will win, some holiday coffee from Starbucks. Okay. So first question is, do you like Christmas? Come on, this shouldn't be like too hard to answer. Okay, and answer in the comments, you will win maybe eat a Starbucks gift card. So first of all, let's talk about, we have a table full of props, so we're going to be using these to hopefully help keep your kids safe. Let's talk about something that everybody likes, driving, and how terrible drivers are in the Upstate, right? Not you guys, right? Our regions are great drivers. All right, so what's a good safety tip for watching out for cars?
Yeah, so something really important, and obviously this goes for the whole year, but especially around Christmas, holiday time, everyone's out shopping. There's a lot more traffic on the road. Our biggest thing is just when you're shopping at like the mall or stores, to just be aware of your surroundings. Again, that's something that obviously we should be doing all the time, but especially around this time of year, there's lots of kids who are out shopping with their parents. So just making sure that before you back up out of a parking spot or anything like that, you're looking all the way around. Don't just depend on your backup camera, because sometimes it doesn't get the full view.
Right.
So that's
like this backup looks like this has a camera, right? Like this would be really bad, right?
Yeah.
Or like hitting. Okay.
We're a kid. That's our biggest. Yeah.
Do you have a backup camera in your car? I
Yes,
do, and I
one.
really enjoy it.
Yes.
But you're right, because you have to pay attention to where you're going. And especially like at the mall, your kids may be like, oh my gosh, we're going to the mall, like let's run around the parking lot. Don't let them do that, okay?
Yeah.
Because they get way too excited. Okay, so what other
And really quick, this is
Yeah.
Bethany behind the camera. I was just going to say, too, if this is like a place for an entry for the service gift card, if you want to tell us like your parking lot horror stories, like this is your opportunity.
Yeah, just
Like you can just like let it all out and tell
Yeah.
us about that person that like almost ran into you or did run into you in the parking lot.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah, we
gosh,
would like to
yeah.
hear that. Okay.
Yeah.
One other thing is we were talking about earlier is not to leave your car running.
Yes.
Like at home in
Yeah.
the garage. That is super dangerous.
Yeah.
Like I read, mystery novels and stuff, and that happens all the time in stories.
Yeah.
People die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like today, it was so cold.
Yes.
I think it's like our instinct is to crank up the car to get it warm, especially if you have a garage. Like even just opening the garage door doesn't give enough ventilation
It
to let
doesn't?
your car run. So a lot of times, like we
I didn't
recommend
know that.
to back it maybe like halfway out if
Okay.
you're gonna run it, just because the CO2 is gonna build up and things
Yeah.
like that. But also, what a lot of people don't know, and we like to throw this out there, is that it's actually illegal to keep your car running unattended in your driveway. So,
Yeah.
we would hate for something to happen, you get your car stolen, which would be awful.
Yeah.
But also just keep in mind that it's actually against the law to do that in our state. Which,
Or
Yeah.
this is a bad story.
Mhm.
If you leave your car unattended running and you happen to have a little kid that jumps in the
yes,
car.
and locks themselves
We
in.
know
Yes.
somebody that works for us here at Kidding Around Greenville that happened to,
Yeah.
and the car, a little 3-year-old, actually got in the car and
Yeah.
slammed into her house.
Oh,
So, that's, if you have another horror story about that, feel free to tell us. Okay,
yeah.
so, and
That's
then
a good segue into
over here, so this is our baby, okay? And we want our baby to stay warm, right?
Yeah.
But and just imagine that this is a puffy
Puffy
coat,
coat.
because I didn't really have one. So, what do I need to do if I'm going to put this baby
into the car seat.
seat?
This is perfect. So,
Okay.
what you would want to do, I'm going to take your gingerly.
Oh, don't light that on
I
fire.
know. I was like, I don't want to get our hair caught on fire. We'll go to a whole separate
Yeah.
problem.
Okay.
But what you would want to do is, especially if you have an infant, a lot of times you can put the infant into the carrier in the house before you take him out.
Yeah.
But our bigger kids, we're obviously putting them in when it's cold. So you want to make sure that one, obviously dress them warm and their
Are you
first
saying
lift.
I didn't dress this baby warm
It is
enough?
South Carolina, so maybe. I mean, by this afternoon, this will be appropriate.
Okay.
But what you want to do is make sure their first layer is nice and warm. And you're going to put them in without their big puffy coat on. I'm going to give you two options. So the
Which
first
would
one
be
is to put them in without their puffy coat. Get them tight enough. You want to make sure, obviously I won't be able to put her in properly, but you want it snug enough that you can't pinch the top of the harness. That's how you know it's tight enough. And then one of the options is to put arms through long way. So kind of making it like a blanket. And that's one option. The second option, if you really want to put them in with their puffy coat, is making sure that the coat is zipped up, it's on them properly, and then you're still gonna need to take them out of it, put them in, get it as tight as it needs to be without the puffy coat, and then put the puffy coat on and put them back in. Now that's gonna be a very tight fit, and the child may not like it because it's gonna feel so much tighter because you need to take up that space. The reason it's so unsafe is because the compression of the puffy coat is leaving that much space between the harness and the child. So in an accident, a lot of times, and there are some crash test videos on YouTube if you want to watch them, I think that is like the most shocking is to actually see it in person, but honestly the kids come out of their car seat, so it's a big deal. But one of the things that we recommend is just if they're nice and snug, like warm in their first layer, just making it a blanket tends to be sufficient for them, especially with just the small amount of time that you're going to be putting them in and all of that. But that's our biggest recommendation for coats.
And I just want to give a call out to Callie Ann, who has already commented several times. So you're getting a bunch of entries there, Callie Ann. We see that. And she says she keeps blankets in the car for the kids to help stay warm, and then have a lighter jacket.
Yeah, that's so
smart mom there.
That's really smart. So Callie is commenting, by the way, to win this Starbucks gift card that we have, a $10 Starbucks gift card. So that's how you're going to win. You have to comment on our awesome video here. All right. One other thing dealing with cars, right, is the kids. It's not really cars. It's just moving.
I was wondering. I was like, do your kids wear helmets in the car, Christina?
No, maybe sometimes. All right. Yeah, they need to wear this because I mean, bike riding is great. My kids love going bike riding, and then, but yeah, they need to wear helmets.
Yeah, and we love to point this out around Christmas time because if your child has anything wheeled that's on their wish list that you're going to get them, like a scooter, a bicycle, anything like that, just always be sure that with that gift, you're also taking into consideration to buy a helmet to go with it. Cause,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, most of our research shows that most of the injuries are actually happening in the yard. So a lot of times you think that, it's when they're riding down the sidewalk or out, but really a lot of our injuries are taking place within the driveway. And a lot of times, you think, oh, they're just in the front yard, they're going to be fine. But that's where a lot of our injuries are taking place. So just make sure that you add the helmet to the wish list and that you're putting it on them, like no matter where they're playing.
Okay. So let's move indoors. We can talk about our awesome candle here.
Yeah.
So are candles like a great idea to have around little kids?
No.
Okay.
Well,
so
and they're dangerous in general. We hear that, I know, and I do too. And
we'll blow it out.
Sorry to say that. But if you talk to a lot of our fire departments, like that's their number one call during Christmas season.
Oh, really?
Is candles that are left lit. So even with kids, but just in our homes in general.
Okay. So turn out, blow out the candles. Okay. And so look what will catch that fire. You should change out your batteries, right?
Yeah. So we bring this up because it's good to always check the battery for your smoke alarm and your CO2 monitor every season. So we say when the season changes, it's good to check the battery for sure. It's a good reminder.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a pot holder.
Yeah.
I want to know actually, like, do you guys use candles in your house? Because I like to use candles personally because I work from home and when I'm writing, I'm like, oh, let me just have a nice candle. But, and when I worked in an office, we did that too, which was great. So, but yeah, it does make me nervous because if I'm like running out of the house, I
you just forget. And
I'm
very forgetful, especially now that I'm a new mom. I forget everything. So
That
I
doesn't go
love,
away,
I
by the way.
know. I love candles, but I've
Yeah.
recently switched to a diffuser.
Oh,
Just because
yeah.
like it makes
Yeah.
the room smell nice, but I also don't have to feel guilty if I leave the house and
Yeah.
forget to turn the diffuser off. But
So-
that's a good alternative.
Other warm things
Yeah.
are pot holders. Why do we have a pot holder here?
Yeah, so of course with the holidays, hopefully, well not me because I don't cook a lot, but we're cooking more. So the biggest thing for this is to be a reminder of how you're positioning your pots and pans on the stove around
Yeah.
small children. So you just want to make sure the handle isn't sticking off the stove. You want to make sure you turn it around. That's
Yeah.
something big. We unfortunately see lots of injuries of kids pulling the pot
Yeah.
off of the stove onto them.
Yeah.
So that's just a good reminder to make sure you have your handle flipped around when you're
Okay.
cooking. Yeah.
And then get them away when you like have to
Yes.
open up.
Yeah.
Your
the hot,
oven, too.
Yeah.
What do you guys like to cook for the holidays? I want to know your favorite recipe because I'm cooking for our family for Thanksgiving. And if you have a favorite recipe, drop it in the comments for a chance to win a $10 Starbucks gift card. Okay.
We might
I'll
even
totally
make your
take those.
recipe.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll store the recipe and put it on there.
Yeah, I totally will too. All right, so other things here. We have. Let's talk about Christmas trees.
Yes.
Actually, because Christmas trees make me so nervous. Because when my kids were really little, like I did not want to have a Christmas tree because they just pull it down, and then when we go to our friends and family, they have like this giant Christmas tree with like all these breakable things on it. So
Yeah.
okay, so what do you suggest for that?
Yeah, so Christmas trees are a big topic for us.
Okay.
Obviously, not even just with the kids being able to pull them down, but if you have animals,
Yeah.
cats, anything that loves to get into the tree.
So I know I'm behind the camera, but I'm gonna say my cat did jump in our tree one year and completely knocked it down.
No, our cat
Like while we were at
loves
church.
it. Yeah.
I mean, the Christmas tree broke in half.
We were waiting for our cat to do that because he was a little overweight, and so I was like, all it's going to take is one swipe, and he's going to knock the whole thing over. But yeah, so with Christmas trees, not only yours, but you want to take into consideration any house that you're going to.
Yeah.
Any breakable ornaments, like we recommend to not use them, but if they're heirloom or they mean something to you and you really want to still use them, make sure you're putting them really high up, somewhere that a kid can't get it. But plastic, anything that's, that's not going to break and shatter, regardless kid or dog, cat,
So this looks like a pretty typical ornament, right? I mean, my kid would totally swipe this and be like, that looks so fun, and then it would like crash to the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, Christina.
But this is Bethany's and it's plastic.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just want to let you all know that I have broken those glass ornaments before when they have paint in them. It is horrible. Don't ever let anyone do that to you.
This does that
Or
paint
the ones
on
that have like sparkles inside and then it just goes
Oh my gosh,
everywhere.
what a mess, what a mess. And especially when you go to like your the grandparents' house, they're probably gonna have a tree with like a lot of breakable things. Just watch your kids and keep them away from them.
Yeah, just keep them off the
right?
the
Or else you're
bottom
probably
there.
like not gonna be invited back.
Yeah.
All right.
That'll lead us into button batteries because these are actually extremely dangerous, and I don't think a lot of people realize that it's small. Babies, little kids, they love to put everything in their mouth, and this would be a trip to the emergency room. So you just want to make sure you're keeping button batteries away from little ones. We use this a lot in like lights and watches. They're kind of everywhere. But you would want to make sure that you have poison control. That's something that we recommend, and we'll give the number so we can post it later. But if you don't have it on your refrigerator, we highly recommend that you have the poison control number there because you just never know. But button batteries is something that we really want to take into considerations because kids love to put these their nose and their ear, but we're really concerned when they actually ingest them because of what's inside of them. So.
And I just want to read a couple of the comments that we're getting too. Miranda, she's commented several times. So Miranda, you're getting those entries. You might win. We'll see. But she says she always has the top decorations, but her 2-year-old destroys the bottom.
Yeah.
So if anyone else relates to that, they should comment on that.
I know.
And then we have Sarah, who's also commented a couple times about how sharp the glass ornaments are, and like when they break on the carpet, how horrible it is.
Oh my gosh.
And I feel like sometimes when you're vacuuming, you still can't get them up.
Yeah.
And our concern is like not only our kids, but like I'm just waiting for my dog to eat. You know. It's just,
you don't want to
makes
step
me
on
too
that
nervous.
too.
Yeah.
That would be terrible. So let's. Speaking of poisonous things, this is a poinsettia plant. We didn't have one, so we had to print it out. These are not fatal. The internet tells me. So, but they can cause like like skin rashes or like an upset stomach for both kids and animals. Yeah, I had bunnies growing up, and we were always like careful not to put these in front of the bunnies because they ate everything. So again, poison control number, right?
Yeah, and like I said, those are, you're right, they're not gonna be fatal to your animals, but they will make them really sick. Same with children, you just want to make sure.
Though, right?
And it's the thing about poinsettias is that you don't even have to worry about these just at home, but like when you go to church and things like that, they're just kind of everywhere. So it's always good to know. Yeah.
Okay. Other things. So.
Small toys.
This always made me nervous when my kids were super little too. And now with like my family, when they come over and their babies are little too, I mean, I'm like, clean up the house and put all little things like away. And so things like this is from my house, right? Like I don't want, my nephews or, to grab this and put it in their mouth. So like when you're picking out toys for kids, like get them like something that's appropriate, like for babies, like oh, see, that's one of our bad drivers in the Upstate. All right.
A good thing to talk about, and I don't want to forget, is a medication safety box.
Oh yeah.
This is good to have all year. But you may have a good rapport with your children. They know not to touch things like that. But with so many different people coming to your house for the holidays, it's always good to have a safety lockbox. This one's awesome. It has a code on top, and then you can keep all of the important medications away. Another good reason to have poison control on the refrigerator. But we highly recommend medication lockboxes for sure. All year round, but especially when you're having more people come to your house. They make all kinds of cool plug covers now. This is just one example. It kind of opens up so that you can plug something in and close. I probably can open this and make it a lot easier. But they make all kinds of ones that you can just like put into the plug, but this one just kind of like opens, closes.
There goes something small that you don't want your kids to
but this is just one example of that if you're having small kids coming over.
I like that because those things that you can take out, I mean, kids can take those out of electrical outlets pretty easily, actually, I found.
So these are awesome to have, especially, with little ones walking around. Little small toys, I think we talked about this, but like we love this thing here. It's like a stress game, it's just kind of like magnets. But as you can imagine, this is a nightmare for little ones because when it comes off, it's just bolts. So take into consideration even toys that you might be gifting to adults. That it can be dangerous for the little ones too.
All right, did we miss anything?
I don't think so. We went over a lot.
We did. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask. Again, to comment, to win this Starbucks gift card, it's $10. So you can buy like 2 coffees. Date night right here. Comment to win this gift card, and then if we get a certain number of entries, we will add another gift card because we love our readers. We want them to have nice gingerbread lattes, which they don't have yet. I know that for a fact because I asked. I was just there the other day. Okay. Well, thank you so much. This has been really helpful, and now we know all kinds of great things to keep our kids safe and our houses, so they don't burn down, which is a good thing. So thank you. Thanks again for having us.
And Oh, sorry, I interrupted you. But I was just going to say we have some comments from our readers. Lindsay says, thanks for sharing all of this. I learned a lot with claps. And then Callie says, great advice. Thank you, ladies. And Miranda says, learn something new.
Yeah, and I will say, and I always plug this because we're obviously all about car seats too here. If you're planning a trip to visit family for Thanksgiving or Christmas, you're more than welcome to come and make sure we can inspect your car seat before you hit the road. We get really busy around this time of year. So if that's something that you want to do, we have all of our appointments online. We offer checks now at the hospital Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. So we have more extended hours now at the hospital. But we would obviously love to recheck those seats because if you haven't checked them in a while, they can move. Like even mine, I checked it the other day and my recline had moved from just how wonderful our roads are. So it's always good to just get it checked, one more time before you go out on a very long trip. So that's just
What's the website people can go to?
So it's safekidsupstate.org. And on that you'll just click on the main page at the bottom it'll say click here to make an appointment. And we can help, or they can always just reach out to us via email.
That's such a great thing. Yeah, we see that question all the time from our readers. Like where can I get my car seat checked?
Yeah, especially if you have grandparents that are going to be transporting for the first time in a long time. It's always
such a
good.
good idea.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just learned something new too. All right, well, thanks for having us again.
No problem.
Have a great holiday season, everyone.